Welcome to your practice. Today we are indulging in the ultimate yin practice. We're coming into restorative yoga. The only prop really that you'll need is a wall. It might be helpful to have a blanket or a couple of blocks on the standby, but other than that, the wall is the only necessity. Go ahead and have the short edge of your mat against the wall, and then find a comfortable seat. We're going to take a moment to warm up our spine, and then we'll come to the wall. Bring your hands to your knees, close your eyes, lengthen your spine. Take a deep, slow, indulgent breath in, filling up, widening your rib cage, and as you exhale, softening, allowing yourself to center. Take another inhale, blink your eyes open, extend your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, and rotate. Slowly come back to center, float your arms up, inhale. As you exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, and rotate. Come back to center, inhale, reach up. One more time to each side, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, rotate. Inhale, float the arms up, and exhale, change sides. Come back to center, change the crossing of your legs, take your hands to your knees, and let's come into seated cat-cow. Send the inner thighs back, inner spiraling the thighs, open your chest. As you exhale, round your spine, coil in, and squeeze the front body. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale, round. Imagining water just pouring from the front of the body on your inhale. And exhale, round. Yin and restorative postures, go ahead and come to sitting, are the most effective way to work with the water element in traditional Chinese medicine. Take your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, side bend. So gently push your left hand down. Open the right lung back and drop in. Even let your head get heavy. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, rise up. Place your right hand beside you, left arm up, and nice and slow, side bend over. Take an inhale. Exhale, sinking into the stretchy goodness of the side body, feeling for the elasticity. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release your hands. From here, I like the side entry approach when I come to the wall. I'm going to spin the right side of my body towards the wall, and you want to make sure that your props are within reaching distance, so snuggle them over if you think you're going to want them, especially for Shavasana. And then as I lean my right side to the wall, I'm going to lean back a bit and then reach my legs up the wall and then start to scoot my hips in towards the wall. So this is important. It's okay to bend your knees here. It's also okay to slide your bum away from the wall if you need that. So if your low back or your hamstrings are very tight, make sure you give yourself a little bit of softness, a little bit of ease here by either scooting your bum away from the wall or softening your knees. I'm going to walk my sitting bones up to the wall and extend my legs as much as I can without locking or jamming my legs straight. And then just pause here for a moment. This is one of my favorite sequences that I come to. It's really lovely to be able to feel like you can be supported by the wall. So if you feel your body sort of pulling back and resisting, I want you just to continue to find ways to support yourself here. Bend your right knee. Pause here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, open your right knee out to the side like tree pose. Relax your toes, close your eyes. Let your right thigh sink and get heavy. We'll stay here for just a moment. And when we progress into the next shape, you're welcome to come back to this shape if this is a more appropriate space to be. Remember, with restorative yoga, with yin postures, there really is this requirement for us to settle in, to soften, to be still, and to stay. Take another moment here. Close your eyes. Take one more breath. And then again, you could stay right here, or I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee into figure 4. I've got a little bit of a flex in my right foot that helps the right knee stay protected. But other than that, I'm trying to be as effortless as possible. This already could be plenty. Couple of options. You could take your right hand to your inner lower right thigh and just gently push the thigh away from you. But it's just a gentle encouragement. Another technique I like is to use a block and to press the block into the thigh. But again, all of that may not be necessary. You might already find just a really sweet spot to linger and to settle into. So option is to stay here. I want you to notice your sacrum on the floor. That's the triangular bone in the base of your spine. And then I want you to notice your low back, the lumbar vertebrae. Lift the lumbar vertebrae up just a little bit away from the floor. So instead of tucking the pelvis and pushing the pelvis down and pushing the lumbar vertebrae into the floor, there's just a little bit of springing up in the lumbar spine. You're going to keep that. That might already have changed the intensity of the shape. If you can keep that little curve, you're going to start to bend your left knee and place your left foot on the floor. Lay back, close your eyes, and notice what's there, and be still. Inhale, slow. Exhale, empty out, lay against the floor. Still feeling the vertebrae in your lumbar spine, just ever so gently lifting up. But your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, is still on the floor. Take one more breath here. Slowly, if your left knee is bent, straighten it. Take your left foot back, or right foot, back up the wall, and just a gentle windshield wiper of your feet side to side. Sense your thigh bones also turning side to side. And then pause, bend your left knee. Open your left knee out, almost like tree pose. This would be considered a reclined Janusirsasana, and it might feel really, really good to just hang out here. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, lay against the floor. Take this time for yourself to be still. And notice how the stillness has this ability to replenish you, to hydrate you. Whether it's our mind, our heart, our body that feels depleted or dehydrated, feel how the quality of your breath and just the stillness can start to bring in a sense of deep nourishment. You can stay right here or cross your left ankle over the right knee. And then decide, low back is going to just ever so gently lift off the floor, little curve, and then maybe you start to bend the right knee. And we're looking for some sensation, Not the deepest sensation you can find, but something interesting, something you can stay with, something that you're sensing is meaningful in replenishing the tissues that work so hard for you. Take a deep breath in. Sound your exhale. Take a deep, slow breath in. Sound your exhale. And take one more moment here. Go ahead and extend your right leg up if it's bent. Straighten your left leg as well. And then just gently windshield wiper the feet side to side. Bend your knees and bring your feet to the wall and separate your thighs. Turn your toes out. We're going to think of this as malasana or squat pose, but we're standing on the wall instead of the floor. You can stay here, or you can start to walk the feet down towards the sitting bones, widening the thighs, but keep pressing the sacrum towards the floor. You can bring your hands to your heart, elbows inside the knees, and just kind of play with the distance of your feet and your thigh bones and rest back against the floor. Notice the tendency for the pelvis to want to tuck and the pubic bone pull up. Keep trying to inner spiral the thighs a bit, pubic bone moving towards the wall, which will just change the pose a little bit on the interior part of the pose. You probably won't see much on the outside of the pose. And then breathe, deep, slow inhale through your nose. Exhale, lay against the floor. Soaking in the stillness. Take one more moment. And then ever so slowly start to walk the feet together and up the wall again. I like to kind of windshield wiper the thighs and the feet in between each pose, so washing and rinsing. And then we'll come into Baddha Konasana. Bend your knees again. Bring the inside of your feet together, bottoms of your feet together. And then the baby toe side of the feet are coming towards the wall. You can play once again with how high the feet are. Take your hands to your inner thighs, and your fingers are going to roll the flesh of your inner thighs towards the wall. And I'm pressing pretty vigorously the flesh of my thighs forward. And then I want you to kind of climb your belly away from your hands. Feel the sides of your waist lengthening. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relax that action and let your hands fall to your side. Close your eyes. Notice the quality of the tissue inside of your mouth. Let it soften. Just feeling and sensing stress and tension starting to drip off of you effortlessly. There's no strain, there's no struggle. It's just this peaceful wave of ease and calm washing over you. As you feel the support of the wall, sturdy, reliable, and you're just able to lean into it. Take another moment here. And slowly start to open the feet up towards the sides of the room. I'm going to bring the back of my heels to the wall. And slowly, ever so slowly, let the legs fall apart here. Blocks could be helpful here. You can tuck them on the outside of the hips sometimes to create a little bit of support, which is really lovely. You don't need the blocks. You can let the legs start to fall down towards the floor. In Chinese medicine, the inner hamstrings, the inner legs, all related to the kidney meridian. And the kidney meridian, again, is this replenishment. It's our deep endurance. And we don't really want to deplete our energy source to where we are completely malnourished energetically. And so what I notice a lot of times is there's a lot of tightness and tenderness through the inner thighs and inner groins. We don't want to force anything. We just want to start to notice and observe that these energy lines in the body might be signaling us to pay a little attention, pay a little more attention to how we are nourishing ourselves. And nourishment, of course, can come from our yoga practice, from a gentle, nourishing yin or restorative class. But it's also inviting us to question other sources of nourishment. Are our relationships nourishing us? Is our creativity being expressed and nourishing us? Are the foods that we eat nourishing us? Are we hydrating ourselves? Are we drinking enough water? Are our minds being nourished with the quality and the content of what we consume in our daily lives? So inviting this deep nourishment and replenishment into the body, into the mind, but also into our hearts. Take another moment here. Let gravity take the legs, supporting yourself however you need to, but also just letting yourself be still, noticing what surfaces. Cultivating a deep inner listening. Take one more breath. And then support yourself with your hands on the outside of your thighs. Start to slowly bring the legs back up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Soften the knees, little windshield wiper through the legs side to side. And then bring the arms beside you. Close your eyes and pause. Sometimes legs up the wall is the most nourishing place that we can stay. Other times we'll notice that we're sort of tending to stay here, that our energy is being tended to and draining a bit to stay in this shape. So if there's any energy consumption here at all, I want you to roll to your side and lie flat for Shavasana for the next minute. Choose to tend to yourself lovingly, compassionately, and find a place that you can be still. Soaking in all the benefits of your practice. effortlessly. If you have the time to stay a little longer, I highly recommend you stay. If it's time to conclude your practice, bend your knees. Place your feet on the wall or on the floor, and then softly roll over to your side. Rise up to seated. Take your time. Place your hands to your heart and offer a bow into your journey. May you take time to feel deeply rehydrated all the way down to your soul. But the subtle parts of you also need to be tended to through soft practices like meditation, mindfulness, contemplation, journaling, restorative yoga, yin yoga. All of these things so valuable in continuing to restore you and allow you to step into your life with all the vigor and strength that you need. Thank you for your practice. Namaste. Macaroni. Macaroni. Am I talking? Macaroni and cheese, lentil soup, yummy things, or in my belly soon.